Good afternoon. My name is Marcia Beckerman. My family and I have been members of the First United Methodist Church in Taylor, Texas, 44 years. We have birthed and reared our sons here. We have continued to support this wonderful church and the communion of the Taylor community here, and we still treasure this place and these members as part of our family. These videos are being produced in preparation for celebrating 150 years in Taylor, Texas for the First United Methodist Church. Being our 150th anniversary, we will be having a continuous celebration and jubilee this particular year based on records with the city of Taylor. When the railroad finally arrived on June the 10th, it was due here with Dan Moody on tap on the 1st of June, and it took 9 extra days for the train to even get here and officially kick off the existence of Taylor, Texas. It's going to be a big year, and we are more than grateful that the Lord has allowed us to continue thriving and making a difference in the community of Taylor. I decided the first time I was in this church for a wedding that it is a beautiful building and facility. I, of course, fell in love with these beautiful windows that grace and tell a wonderful story of the Bible all the way from end to end. And then also the altar that was so beautifully finished. I appreciate the woodwork in particular. I have a great grandfather who was a trained, skilled German wood craftsman. So wood done like this, I have a deep and abiding appreciation for. The other reason I love this church, not only for the beauty, but of course the people. And the people made an enormous difference. We were a young married couple 44 years ago, shopping for a church here in Taylor, and happened to live on a street 6 blocks from here. On that street, there were 4 out of 8 houses were Methodist. So they started calling it Methodist Row, and there were very active members of this church in my neighborhood, which was even better. I was also impressed by the greetings that we received anytime we attended church from Mary Alice Stiles. She seemed to have been the personally dedicated person to making contact with all visitors that would come, and then following up with them by a phone call, and just a big smile and a great voice, but always a thank you and something pleasant to say. Another very special thing coming forward 44 years is the opportunity that we've now had by a local artist within our membership to represent the apostles, and my family and I decided to dedicate James the Less, which is this exquisite portrait of a very special man. We dedicated it to the memory of my mother, Mary Brandt, who was also a lifetime Methodist and very significant in my feeling of dedication, working at the church many hours and loving it. It's a privilege to find a congregation where your talents and skills and abilities are appreciated and encouraged. And then to have pastors like Bob Evans with a great personality or sense of humor, and the support for our young children in Sunday school, tremendous. We had 7 little boys and 1 little girl, Mindy Hager, bless her heart. And in Sunday school, it was quite an adventure. And after communion Sunday, the bread that was left over, there were 7 little boys running down the hall trying to find leftovers of the bread from communion. So our kids were usually double blessed on communion Sundays. Those are some of the fun stories of this wonderful church and the great people in it. And I hope many more people come through these doors and have similar experiences that we have had as a family. Thank you.